Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for joining me. We're episode 2 of the Revell 71 Boss Mustang. If you haven't watched episode 1, I suggest you pop back and have a look at it. I've 3D printed a resin body kit for this. Obviously the fitting and the paintwork and everything's on there. For those of you that don't know, I use automotive paint. So basically this is a 2K lacquer that's on here. There's a chroma coat and we've got a bronze base coat underneath that. The artificial light doesn't really do it much justice. You put it out in the sun, this paint, it really does pop. It's really nice. So that's as far as I've gone with it. We've got a little bit of work to do. Just paint all the window trims black. We'll do the slam panel and just inside the inner wings in black as well. And the headlining, we'll do that black. Just tie it in with the interior, I think. But there we go. There's the bonnet. That's come nice too. I've got a little bit of a confession to make. I did start building the engine. That's as far as I've got with it. We've got plenty of work to do there. We have got a Pro Scale distributor, so we're going to be hopefully putting that in the correct filing order in a bit once we get into it. We've got plenty of work to do, so we'll get the box out. I'll have to have a read of the instructions. Like I say, this is my third kit I've ever built. The other two I've done have been starter kits, so please bear with me if I'm doing something wrong. Let me know in the comments. But looking forward to doing it. Right, let's get on. Right, I'm going to need to do a little bit of work to this floor fan. Obviously the wheels we've got are bigger and it's going to be sitting lower. So we're going to need to nip out the top of these. Only take 2 minutes. And I'm going to Scotch Brite it up. We'll fit the bulkhead, or if you're American, the firewall. And then we're going to get some paint on this and we start building the interior then. Definitely on the home stretch. This is what I've got left just to clean up and put into a little bit of colour. Not going to take too long this. One thing I need to do is get the computer out because I want an air filter for the engine and a bonnet stand for when the car's on display because it's going in like a glass case with a bit of a diorama with some lights and that in there, so it should look pretty cool when it's done. I'm hoping that the case arrives before this video goes out. If not, I might chuck a little extra video out afterwards just showing you once it's all done. So we need a bonnet stand and an air filter. So we'll get the computer out, we'll scale it up, and then we'll head over to the 3D printer. Right, I think we'll get this air filter printed. There's some other bits that I need as well, so I'll have to do this off camera. There's F6, so we're going to print some wheels for this, so we'll scale them up in a minute. But I'll do that off camera. We don't want to see what's going on the next video, do we? There we go. Now little air filter. I can tell that's definitely too small at the moment. Let's see scale what that's on. Turn that off. Yeah. I think it wants 20 now. I think I'm measuring that. It's always worth just double checking the size because sometimes they run over size. Yeah, we're about there with that, I reckon. That'll do it. Just check the depth. That'll be spot on. That'll be quite nice sitting on the top of the engine, that chromed up and detailed. Look pretty cool. Right, so I'll put some supports in. Let's bring that down a minute. Let's see what's going on. So we've got the auto rotation, that's off because you want to keep it level on the plate. We'll go for medium supports. And that's it, as easy as that. These ones on the side, I'm not too bothered about them. They're sitting underneath the ridge, so they're not going to affect the detail once they're done. So I think we'll print a couple more of them off. So if we add 3, that'll give us 4. And if we range all, So there we go, that'll give me room to put wheels and tyres on there as well. So I'll just show you how they're going to print. Not no problems there anywhere, there's no areas highlighted in red. So that's it, they will print absolutely lovely. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go and print some wheels that I've got to do for the Zephyr. They'll be challenging getting that small, but I want to do a nice little job of this. I think it's going to be next week's video, so keep your eye out for that. Right, we'll get back to the bench. And there we go, we're all wired up. We've got the coil wired in as well, so we should have a bit of spark. All we need is a bit of fuel in there, and hopefully she should run. That looks pretty cool, that. Happy with that. There's one of the air filters are printed. This will survive for another build. The one we're using, I have spray chromed it, and we've detailed the filter as well, so that's drying. So we will fit that in a bit. So we're going to move over to the interior and get this detailed, get the decals on and different things. We'll get this finished today. So we're going to be using this embossing powder just to mimic the carpet. It's either embossing or flocking, whatever you want to call it. I've used this before, it's good stuff. Now I'm not saying how I do it's the correct way, it just works for me. A little bit of PVA glue, and I have put some water in there, only a little bit. It just helps the glue flow a little bit better, saves it dragging as you're brushing it. You've got a little tea strainer, that'll help just feather it over, make it, just keep it even, but your excess you're knocking off anyway. Do it on a little bit of paper, and then any wastage will go back in the pot then. So let's crack on. So there we go, that's done. That don't look too bad at all, that. Happy with that. So we're going to get this interior together and we'll start building the car.